Oh, hello guys, and welcome to another video lecture. So this one is going to have a couple of things all in one. So first and foremost, what I'm going to be starting with is going to be an asset that you will find in my courses. This is going to contain an asset that is going to have three different LODs. Each one of those is going to have their respective textures. And I'm going to have part of this tutorial is going to be showing you how to do the master substance tutorial once again. So I'm going to be bringing this up here, and I will be making a folder as usual. We're going to be creating our GME folder, and depending on whatever semester or class you're in, you're going to be using that as your respective name. So I'm going to use, for example, my IGME 317 folder. Now, inside of this one, I will be personally creating my LED IGN folder, which is going to be like, my username or the things that I'm going to be doing. Now, inside of this one, I will be creating a new folder called materials. And inside of the materials folder, lastly, what I'm going to do is create a new folder called master substance. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be importing the textures that I just showed you from the folder. So once I'm in the folder, what I'm going to do is just simply drag and drop. Now remember, this ORM texture is going to be a texture that is not going to be in the normal sRGB space. So you have to remove that and save it. Once I do that, I will be creating a new material, and I will be calling that my m_master substance. And inside of my master substance, I will be taking these three files, and I'm just going to be drag and dropping them. And I'm creating a new constant vector tree. That's going to be for multiplying for the color. So I'm going to be dragging it out, and I'll say mult as in multiply. That's going to be the base material. So I'm going to be taking this down, and this one here in the top. And I'll be taking my RGB and load that in here. Then I'm going to be taking that into base color. And then I'm going to take the RGB into normal. And now on this one, remember, this is going to be a little bit different than the other ones. I'm going to be having the red going to ambient occlusion, the green going to roughness, and the blue is going to go all the way up here to metallic. And that is why this is called an ORM, occlusion, roughness, metallic, in that order on the RGB space. Now with that, what I want to do is create a material that I can instantiate across multiple texture sets. So I'm going to be taking this one, right click, and I will say convert to parameter. This is going to be my pin. This one down here, I'm going to convert to parameter as well. This is going to be BC as in base color. This one, right click, convert to parameter. This is going to be my end or my normal. And down here, I'm going to be connecting that as ORM. Occlusion, roughness, metallic. And with that, I have this completely done, except that this, of course, this white, so anything that I multiply to it is going to be the same color. So if I did everything right, at this moment, I have a single material that I can just drag and drop into something. And as soon as I execute my code, my character is going to be over there, right? So that's it. I have my master material. But what I want to do is create the materials that are going to be part of my LOD. So I'm going to go down to content and IGME 317 folder, and here. Now my asset name is going to be called sheet. And instead of sheet, what I'm going to be doing is I will be importing the other materials. But I have LODs. So I'm going to be making three folders: LOD0, LOD1, LOD2. Inside of LOD0, I'm going to go grab the folders and the files that I will have down there. I'm going to do the same thing for all of the LODs. Well, this is going to be LOD0, LOD1, and LOD2. Now, one thing to notice is that these guys are ORM textures as well. So what I can do is go back here and then just filter by anything that has an ORM, and that's going to show me the three textures. I can just convert all of them at once to a non-sRGB space. Perfect. Once I have that, I will close my filter and save everything. Now, the next part is going to be really simple. I just need to open this and say hey, I want to create a master substance material instance. So I'm going to create that thing. I will call that ni underscore sheet underscore LOD 0. And I'm going to drag and drop that here. Once I open that, in my texture parameter values, I will just enable those three things. And then I'm going to connect each one of them to the respective fields. I will need to do that 3 times each for the respective materials. So another thing that's going to save a little bit of time is after I save everything, I can just duplicate this material. That is going to create a duplicate with the exact settings. So this is going to be called LOD1. Perfect. And I will duplicate this one again. And that's going to give me the LOD. I'm going to take those two. I'm actually going to take one, move it into LOD1. So move here. And I'm going to take the next and move it over here, LOD2. In LOD1, what I will do is open that up and make sure that I replace the textures with the ones that I have provided. So this one here, this one here, this one here. LOD2, same thing. This one here, this one here, and this one here. And even though the textures are really similar, they're not entirely the same. So I'm just going to close that for now. I'm going to hit Save. All right. Now, for importing the actual asset, what I will do is the same thing. I can just drag and drop or hit import. So let's go to LOD0. And I'm going to take these and I'll just drop it down here. And then it's rather important to take a look at the settings. So I'm going to reset everything. What I will do is make sure that I convert the scene and then I convert the scene unit. This is going to take the individual modeling software that you use, their units, and they are going to be translated into convert scene and convert scene unit through the, well, it was in centimeters. Now I need it in meters. So it was in meters and I have to maintain the ratio or the proportion and whatnot. Now, I'm not going to be creating any new materials. So I'm going to say, do not create materials and do not import textures as I've already done that. So with all that done, I just need to hit import and that's going to open my file. Once I have that, I will open the model. And when the model is selected, you will notice that because I didn't create any materials, it is going to be using the world default. So I just need to drag and drop this into the world and their respective field, and I should be done. So this one, same idea. I will just go to my LODs, drag and drop. Okay, so you run and you're in here. Go back to the settings. It's going to use the same settings as I last used. So that's perfect. So I'm going to open that and then I can replace. And then I will just need to do that for LOD2. Beautiful. So I have the 3 of them. And I just need to say save all. That's going to be saving the 3 assets. And that's perfect. So I have these at LOD0. This is going to be about 8,300 triangles. This one here is going to be 4,400 triangles. And this one here is going to be 1,800. Now, the whole thing is completely disconnected. So these are 3 separate assets. The next thing that I want to do is automatic LODs and some 2 LODs that I have for this. So next thing that I want to do is I will be closing these 2 guys and I'm going to take these. The next part is going to be relevant. I just need to close these down for now. And I will not be using Nanite for these. I will be selecting how many of these I'm going to be generating. And for now, as you can see, I have only 1 asset because I have not generated any LODs automatically. And what I want to do is start generating the LODs. Now, Unreal is going to generate automatic LODs for me if I choose to do so, but I can always decide to import another LOD, right? So I'm going to be importing my LOD0. And even though it's already part of my world, it is not going to be as simple as just say grab one asset that it's selected, that is technically a separate asset. So I need to re-import it. That is going to be my LOD1. So I'm going to hit that. And that is going to be my new thing. So next one is going to be add another one, and that is going to be import LOD open, and that is going to be on the next folder. So I have all of those, and this may do this automatically for you. chances are they are not going to do that. So you can always just select what is the LOD you want to work with, LOD 0, LOD 1, or LOD 2. If it doesn't happen automatically for you, don't worry about it. You can just select that or drag and drop or whatever it is. So I will do all of these. And at this point, everything is automatic. So take a look at the count over here. It's 8,000, which I'm really close. At this level, is going to be showing me the LOD2. And if I go far away, that's going to happen. So ideally, I should be able to switch that at a distance that I want to consider. And that is going to be the percentage that is being used on the screen size. So for all of the values, it's going to be here, right? So screen size is using 2.0 the value. Okay, 0.75 is going to be changing to something else. And that's something you can always edit. But for now, let's just take this and move to LOD 0, just to make sure everything is as we expected. That's going to be 8,300. If I go to LOD 1, that's going to be 4,400. LOD 2, that's going to be 1,800. And that's what we have on the other levels. Another nice thing that I can do here is basically say, generate some LODs for me. And I will say something like generate one extra for now. So I'm just going to say apply changes. And that is going to let me change to a new level, LOD 3, in which I can take a look at my asset and it is doing a fantastic job. This is only going to be 900 triangles. So do the magic of using that LOD normal map. It is generating that. But I can be more creative, right? I can say something like make 5 of them, and then you say apply these changes. So when I go to the port, it is going to look more terrible, just not really close to it. But truth be told, you're going to be looking at that as a probability distance. At that point, you can maybe get away with a billboard or just a regular plane. Let's do one more just for the fun. And this is, I need to apply the changes. And these are the materials that I'm going to be using. It's always based on the very last one. So over here, let's just look to this one. And that's how my master source sheet is generated at this level. So it's basically a giant plane. But once again, I know it looks terrible, but you're going to be looking at it from here. So I can barely see colors at that stage. So you can always change the way that this is generating the faces. Once again, if I go to the photo, that is going to be telling you what is the LOD that I'm currently located at. So that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. With that, that is everything there is to know about this video. And I will leave you here. So talk to you later.